Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Listen to the Amazing Fantasy Podcast, episode 3. So, this episode talking about series Power. In this series, I was always aware of its existence, but I hadn't really watched it until I got myself a Star subscription. A couple years ago, I want to say now, because I managed to catch up on the entire series. I think all 6 seasons were out by the time I discovered it. And I basically binged the entire series right on time to catch up on Book 2 Ghost and Raising Kanan, which is great. They're all great spin-offs. And it's an example of how people should write spin-offs in the same universe. I hope Disney's taking notes, because they need to pay attention to how it's done. You can't seem to get it right. They're crappy TV shows, one after the other. So, Power is one of those shows starring Omar Hardwick as Ghost, James St. Patrick. It's one of those shows that is set in a fictional universe, but there's a lot of realistic elements in it that I think is part of what makes it so memorable and kind of a classic in my opinion. So, knowing Ghost, knowing what that annoying chick Angela shows up in the club, I knew something was going down. And lo and behold, everything that happens in that show is James's fault. All of it. I use this compared to the John Mater situation. People stupidly think that he's the victim. He's someone that caused the situation to happen in the first place. Same here. Everything that happens to James St. Patrick is his fault. The moment he started moving out of his marriage, that's when everything fell apart. All of it. Got his family involved in his drug game. His daughter died. His son hates his guts. Wife ended up cheating on him because he started cheating. Everything fell apart. It was to the point where he didn't even realize how far I was starting to fall on until he had a gun pointed at him and pulled the trigger. Man, it was great drama, but I'm like, damn. And that's kind of turned into one of my favorite shows now. I'll admit the Tommy spinoff, Book 4 Force, is a little bit tricky to follow, but they're all pretty good. Ghost and Raising Kanan are probably my favorite spinoffs. It's like Raising Kanan is a good prequel series, but it doesn't beat you over the head with nostalgia or Easter eggs like with Disney Wars. They just can't help themselves, I guess. Every other damn thing with Disney Wars is a Death Star or another sand planet, something stupid people seen a gazillion times, or some dopey prequel show about some idiot and what he eats for breakfast in the morning and he got blown up in another prequel. That I personally think stinks. Raising Kanan is an example of how you just prequel right. Make it okay. how Kane's story ends, but seeing this his earlier years, this makes it better in my opinion, because it adds layers to who he is. And seeing how his mom is basically crazy too, I see exactly where it came from. I thought he was influenced the most by his Uncle Lou. His Uncle Lou was a pussy, so clearly no. He seemed like kind of a badass in the first season, and just slowly been decomposed over the course of the series, and I'm like, not where I thought that character was going.
What were they doing up here? Vodka from Volgograd? Looks like it's for some kind of party. Wonder what they're celebrating.
Well, I think they dropped the storyline with all the money he owes to other people. That Crown was in debt to before he murdered him. Because always what happened in the show. In debt to one person, take him out. In debt to someone else. Usually how that goes. But yeah. Now, Ghost, Power Book 2 Ghost, I think my prediction for how that series should end, that particular series, I think each show should have 6 seasons. So Ghost is on season 4, should be back in the summertime. Then we should have Force, maybe by the winter season. And then the next season, Raising Kanan will be season 4. That'll probably be next year. Just Raising Kanan just concludes season 3, so it's going to be a while for us for that one coming back. They're all great, so I got no problem waiting for any one of them to return to my TV screen.
Let's see what they were up
I didn't think I was going to get into this series, but something about the way the characters are written is so good. And the series creator, Courtney Kemp, I think she's a producer on every spin-off series. So that kind of explains why everything is so good and how it all links. When you look at like Marvel shows, and Star Wars shows with different writers in every series, so everything's all mixed up and disjointed. It makes sense why so many of these shows stink. As long as Empress Wrinkles is in charge of Disney Wars, probably won't get any good Star Wars films going forward, because she's a crazy witch. Now, Ghost, Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 3 has a very interesting cliffhanger. Basically, Tariq started a war. And like, one thing I'll say about James Kirkpatrick, aka Ghost, he was a smart dude. He was always 10 steps ahead of his enemies and his allies. Tariq is a smart kid. He needs to use his brain a lot more if he wants to survive. Less guns for Tariq and more brains, as he cannot beat Kane. Kane, who wants to be Tariq, by the way, to the point where he's getting his leftovers. Kane wants to be Tariq. Can't be Tariq because he's not Tariq. Yeah, I've had enemies like that before. People, haters that want to be you, but they can't because they just don't have what it takes. So basically everybody turned against him. If he turned against him, which I'm not surprised by, I don't know why he trusted her again in the first place. I get why he's into her, but I've never trusted her. She betrayed him before, she'll do it again, I repeat, because at the end of the day, she really went out for herself.
Better go check on the dock worker.
This is how it is in the rules of the streets. Use people for what they can give you.
Easy, easy. You're in pretty bad
When
shape.
they're not useful anymore. And leave.
Please. There's one close by.
I mean, she did it the first time they met, so
You're gonna be okay.
she hasn't changed.
They were going to
Even the mask she wears changed, but her as a person, her motivations have not changed. So it just needs to be a smarter dude. Just know his old man was like, oh, lovey-dovey over Angela, and that's what led to his downfall, ultimately. Just hoping Tariq doesn't end up on the same path.
Wonder how Harry's doing without the suit right now.
It's easy to get wrapped up in a piece of ass.
Hey, buddy. How you feeling? I'm fine.
Just gotta remember that these chicks
Craven or Cravenoff.
just absorb your attention like a sponge and give nothing back in return.
Looks like a social club. Hang on, I'm almost there.
But I like to believe Tariq is smarter than that. Smarter than his old man.
They're more riled up than usual. Just keep your head down.
How are you getting in?
Kitchen entrance.
You should change. The classic Peter Parker look isn't gonna cut it.
Now, this probably won't happen, but I think what I would like to see as for the conclusion of Ghost, Horror Book 2 Ghost, is the very last scene. I would like to see James and Patrick show up to confront Tariq. But when Tariq sees him, Coulter's like, what's the matter, son? Looks like you've seen a ghost. And then he smiles, string goes black, and you hear a gunshot. That's how I would end the series. Probably won't happen, but
Hey, you! Come over here.
I think it'd be cool to see.
Take this to Mr. Cravenoff's bodyguard.
Raising Kanan had a very interesting conclusion to this season.
Well, sounds like your shift's starting.
Apparently alive.
To it.
He did the same type of thing with Kanan in the original series. Ghost defeated him and left him to burn. But then he broke out of the warehouse. You see him heal over time. For me, I just binged the whole thing, so I got to see it pretty quickly. But it's not unbelievable in this universe. And since it's a prequel set in the past,
Feeling great.
a little more flexibility. So I don't have as much of a criticism about it as I would any other show, like maybe Disney Wars. Trying.
Excuse me.
So it's not that big a deal. I just need a little bit of an explanation. It did seem like Ronnie knocked him out, hit him pretty hard, and then he just dropped him in some graveyard or something.
Keep moving, I'll break your bones. A 300-year-old sleeping dart will never work.
Then he's got this scar on his forehead or something, so maybe he should have checked to see if he was actually gone, but you know, people never do, especially in the issues.
Poison is ancient, and you don't
I figured once his brother was introduced that one will get killed off. It's usually what happens. Usually when someone's sibling introduced, the other person's written out of the series.
sleep well.
I'm not surprised Kenny shot Ronnie. That's who he is as a character, so
Listen to me. Wish my suit had a neural interface like this. I could work with Harry, do the hero gig, and take a vacation all at once.
Did you see he had the
That's probably the maitre d' by the podium.
probably look for force.
Yes, he is in the other room by the fire. Will Mr. Cravenoff be joining us this evening? There are some
a cliffhanger, but I'm not entirely sure where that show is going as of now.
Here. Shield. Huh. Sounds like a bodyguard to me.
It's a little bit trickier to follow. Tommy's a funny character, but his show was a little bit tougher to digest. I wasn't really sure about Raising Kanan until I actually watched it. I like the setting, the characters are great.
Must be him.
Usually I dread prequels, but
Your meal.
it has the same writers as the original series, so can't really complain too much.
What the hell is this?
I was told to. Deliver this to Mr. Kravinoff's personal bodyguard?
What makes you think I'm him?
You know, you're, huge.
Dima's very hungry. You should leave now.
So funny. I was just about to do that.
So I think more than anything, Tariq needs allies, and
I was looking up at that
I believe this is going to be season 4
Gotta
of
find the
Ghost.
elevator.
He needs allies. Tom is in Chicago.
That's just the
Ghost
shield
is
bearer?
gone.
How big is Dima gonna be?
Kanan's gone.
It's too scary.
Carolina's mother, she's in witness protection.
Drop Titan lead. Simple as that.
Raiden's the only one that really has his back.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Coming through.
So I'm kind of curious how that's going to be balanced
This mess.
going forward,
If everything isn't
because
perfect, we're all dead.
the entire Tejada family is against him. Effie betrayed him again. Surprise, surprise.
Why were you standing right in front of the door?
I told you to wait.
As soon as got with Kanan, she knew she could control him.
Shut up.
Only reach she could get up
Pick
to him.
everything up and let's move.
She knew she could control him, so she gave him what he wanted, and basically she's running the show for him. He thought he was in
Dima,
control,
we
but
find
he
Craven and
wasn't.
his weird lizard serum. Easy. You wouldn't happen to be Dima? Crap.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Explains the secret menu. Someone's
So like I
not
was
angry.
saying, it's a good drama series where there are some
tiger.
realistic aspects
That's
to it.
new.
That thing just makes
Alright,
it better and
let's
adds
give Dima
layers
something to eat
to
that
the
isn't
series
spider
overall.
flavored. That raw meat must be somewhere. There we are. Something in that study might help me find Craven. But first, gotta break out the apron. That hunter's right there.
What the hell was that?
A meal fit for a Russian tiger bodyguard.
So it wasn't in control anymore. People tried to warn, didn't listen. Because Angela was his quote-unquote first love or
No
whatever.
serum. These
So
drugs
that's
are
an
for
excuse.
late-stage chemotherapy. Are these Cravens too?
I'm not entirely sure what he saw in Pasha, personally. Just don't get it. But,
The chapel prepared. Saint Sophia's only a few blocks from here. Craven has to be there with the serum. Time to move.
as for Ghost Season 4, again, I think Turk needs to spend time gathering allies. 2-Bit should probably be one of them. Maybe frenemies. Effie, I think, could play both
It's
sides.
not what it looks like?
Be like his inside joke. She's quote unquote with Kane. For now.
Keep him alive.
I think the season might start off with Tariq looking for Tommy in Chicago. He's probably the first one. Pierce probably for as an ally. I don't know if Tommy will actually happen to that. Because without maybe needed meeting. Last time I saw Tommy, Tommy Blue can take out his mom. So we need to use his brains going forward. Invest all of his trust fund into Braden's company. That was kind of dumb, in my opinion. But there, Ghost was 10 steps ahead, making it so he couldn't even inherit until he graduates. And leave him that note in that stick on campus. Seems like when he goes to the Red Edge Club. I'm like, damn. That's some good writing right there. There's people online saying, like, oh,
Gotta get to the
even
chapel
Ghost is
quick.
alive. I'm like, no. He got shot at point blank range and then fell off the ledge. He's gone. That was a Mark Harvick's send-off. Serious.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll take care of
Never
everything.
tried to talk
Promise.
Truth down. It was way too late. Damage was already done. Kane got in his head. Manipulated him.
It's quiet.
Now, one of my favorite moments from season 3 is when Tariq killed FE2 at the spot where Lauren was pushed into the river and they left her stranded. And it's just a dose of me.
Okay, webs are back. It's you! I knew that was our meet cute back there. I knew it! I'd love to get to know you better, but I got some business to take care of.
Remember your training!
Enough song and dance.
Like, Power is one of those shows. Kind of hurt me when I started watching it. This is so gripping. The writing is great, the acting is superb. Currently, probably my favorite show on TV. The Boys is up there too. I
Here
would
to
say
pick up a
Invincible,
serum
but
order for a Dr.
somebody on
Connors?
Amazon thinks it's a good idea. That show is split in 2 parts or some crap, so I just took it off my watch list completely. Start wasting my time. Just drop the whole damn season. Not like it's gonna be on network TV.
Let's see if you have the strength to finish what you started. I see a man. I sense a beast. Why don't you set it free?
I'm just here to save my friend.
Charles returning.
Figured 2 Spider-Men are better than 1, right?
Sure. Okay, thanks, MJ. Sounds like he doesn't need me.
Probably Ghost the most, I think. Ghost the most.
Hunter pets.
I think Raising Kanan has the most flexibility as far as the Power series goes. We can really add a lot of layers to the Kanan character, not just him, but now I see exactly where he gets it from. Crazy mom. You know, Raquel is a strong character. Like, yeah, I can get it. He's exactly like her.
Who's this? Time to...
It makes sense why when he's introduced in the original series, when he's in jail, he's clearly running the prison because of who his mom is. So all that makes sense now. Not that I need to know all of that, but it makes sense. Sometimes mystery is better. The reason why Star Wars was so good back in the day, especially in the EU, was the mystery, which is all gone now. The idiots at Lucasfilm just want to spoon feed you this little damn thing. That's why that dopey Andor show exists. Not to get off topic, but the only reason that dumb show exists. We gotta tell you everything now. Can't let you use your imagination anymore. Damn, I miss those days. Like some questions just don't need to be answered.
No one here yet. I'll just hang for a bit until the party starts.
Because of how that she becomes in the original series. I can't wait to see her start doing leaks and whatnot. It's gonna be hilarious. She already had kind of a crew in the first season, and then she kind of fell away from it. Now she's part of some music group. Turned out that's gonna last long. Let's talk about the military as well, so it's gonna be cool to see how this character evolves. Anyway, if you're a fan of the Power series, drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. And I'll see you next time on the Amazing Fantasy Podcast.
I'm firing! Web you!
Darren? Are you kidding me? He was right here. I still have his number. Sounds like he's close. Bad guys on Darren's tail. Can't blame them. They want their money.
Who is this? Is this Lewis?
Darren, stop the car!
Spider-Man? Can you at least stop these guys chasing me?
You weren't trying to retrieve those things. You were the one behind the robbery in the first place.
I care about these objects!
You pretended to care, and then stole from the museum. It's this community's history.
It's my family's history! I don't expect you to understand.
I don't think I'm the one who doesn't understand. Let's get these other bad guys out the way first. Gotta stop this and put all these guys behind bars, including Darren. Police are on their way. Gotta catch up to Darren.
Are you still there? Look,
My father was one of the most successful music producers ever. He produced half the artists in that museum.
Good for him. Now stop the car and tell me where the rest of the pieces are. Here we go. Not today, Darren.
What the?
Whew. Glad I remember which one was the brake. Should probably get my license one of these days. Just so I get this right. All that talk of supporting the museum. All Angela's time you wasted asking about operations and security. All lies. So you can learn how to steal the collection.
But my family...
No. I'm sure you do care about this music. But those things don't belong to you. They belong to this community.
Let's go, sir. You're under arrest.
This event would not have been possible without our wonderful curator, Angela, and this entire community. The way we pulled together to recover the stolen items is nothing less than amazing.
Okay.
Thanks to every one of you for saving the museum.
And thank you, Rio Morales, our city councilperson, who championed this event.
Yeah, those are some funk beats. Gotta study up on this guy.
And I'd say she's off to a stunning start.
I think Abuela had a book about her. Gotta take a look when I get home. All that? And she was a secret agent fighting Nazis? Huh. Josephine Baker, role model. Hope I can say I accomplished that much someday.
Hey, I guess it all worked out. This museum is fire. And so much music I want to go listen to now.
Right? Bro, it's so inspiring. Hey, you want to have breakfast tomorrow? I could tell you all my new music ideas.
Let's do it. I'm gonna keep checking this out.
Miles, isn't this place awesome? I'm embarrassed to say I've never been here before, but after hearing about the robbery, I thought I'd better come check it out. From what I heard, that guy convinced himself all this stuff rightfully belonged to him.
Crazy what some people can convince themselves is true. Hey, I heard you helped find the missing saxophone.
Yeah, I got to hold it. Heard coax miracles from that hunk of metal.
My dad was a big Charlie Parker fan. He'd be happy to know the sax is here for everyone to appreciate.
And maybe lead them back to the music. Music is magic.
It's arguably the finest solo performance by any jazz musician ever recorded. One critic so full 9 years running, then it must be.
Down on Lenox Avenue the other night, by the pale, dull pallor of an old gaslight, he did a lazy sway. He did a lazy sway. That's some lyrics right there. Art and music can really make a difference in the world.
We were hoping you'd be here. Oh, wow. Your mom is something else.
That she is.
Can you believe that guy pretended to be a donor and then robbed the place? Thank God he didn't get away with it.
I agree. This stuff needs to be here. Not in some guy's penthouse where he's the only one who could see it.
I can't believe he thought he had some right to take things from a museum. That's some Class A entitlement right there.
I'd love 5 minutes to give him a piece of my mind.
All the shaming in the world for a bunch of shameless.
It's so cool how other people have been able to do music and save the world stuff.
Hey, Miles! I figured I'd better come see that saxophone in its rightful place.
It was your tip that helped with the saxophone recovery.
Aw, not really. It was all our Spider-Man. The guy, not the cat.
Well, it was a community effort. Give your Spider-Man some ear scritches for me.
I will.
Angela, I'm Miles, Councilwoman Morales' son.
Miles, she talks about you all the time.
Congratulations on the exhibit. I'm glad it all came together.
Thanks to your mom and Spider-Man, of course. Whew, this neighborhood is blessed to have them both.
So basically, Bebop let musicians show off. Eugene was right. That is what MCs do. Gonna listen a little more closely. I should finish looking around before I go talk to Ma and head out.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. Angela told me the museum has a record number of new memberships.
Seriously?
They're gonna be okay.
Couldn't have done it without you, Ma.
Now, hear me out. What if we really teamed up on the next one? I can get my own suit.
Ma!
Maybe. Algo con brillo.
Ma, stop. Stop. Stop it. Get out of here. Dance with me. Show me how to salsa.
Danicasters, you remember those recent thefts at the Harlem Cultural Center? Turns out, Darren Shipman was pulling the strings. If that name sounds familiar, it's because he's a multi-millionaire with his name on everything, because his money is in everything. So, we have a special guest today to drop some knowledge on us about an exciting new opportunity for budding artists to share in the joys of responsible art. Please welcome renowned street artist and head of the Cooper Art Coalition, Haley Cooper.
Hi, Danica. I'm Genki Lee, Haley's interpreter. She's signing next to me. She says she's... concerned? Oh, excited to be here. I'm still learning.
Fantastic. Welcome, both of you. So, Haley, tell us all about your coalition.
Thanks, Danica. Thanks for interpreting, Genki. You're doing great. Aw, thanks. I was born deaf. Sign language didn't come easy at first, so I drew my feelings. I communicated through art. Still do. So, when I found a copy of one of my pieces up for sale, it felt like a piece of me was stolen with it. That's when I started the Cooper Art Coalition, a union that protects NYC artists of all mediums from theft.
That's brilliant. It's about time we had a force to fight underground theft like this. Can you tell us more about what the coalition is doing to protect artists?
We look out for each other, make sure we don't see copies where copies shouldn't be. And we have digital activists keeping an eye out for unauthorized online dealings. We're 63
That looks like
artists
one of
strong,
Beck's Mysteriums.
growing every day.
This one seems really high-tech. At least with robots, I don't have to hold back that much.
We'll get the spider right where we want him, won't we?
Gotta remember doggy treats next time. Not to brag, but I could have programmed those way better.